There we go. So I'll stand further back so you can see me a bit better. They say to practice Qigong in your bare feet or your stockings feet, but you don't have to. You know, so if you've got some kind of, if you've got flat feet or something and you're wearing soles, and just wear your normal shoes, normal attire. The most important thing is to actually do Qigong. Again, loose clothing, a bit of room so you're not going to knock into anything. And have a drink handy as well, because it's surprising making these slow, smooth movements, how it can generate a fair bit of heat in the body, and good to have a bit of water on board every now and again, or drink of some sort. So we'll start off, I normally like to start off in emptiness stance. This is a stance which is a form in its own right, and you can stand in this form for as long as you like, really, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, if you feel the pull. But it's quite nice to have this standing form in the midst of a load of moving forms. So we start with our legs roughly shoulder width apart. Nice and flat to the floor, not on the outer or inner foot. Knees slightly bent. With your tailbone just tucked in just a little bit. Moving our hands, arms away from the torso. What we tend to say is if you can imagine you're holding a walnut under each armpit, then you should have it about right how you're holding your hands downwards. Fingers are pointing downwards. Now we're just going to make sure when we're breathing in and out, nice and slow, nice and deeply, not pushing anything, not forcing anything, but nice and relaxed. I'm just going to make sure this area here is moving as well. So when we're breathing in, chest expands, and this area here underneath the belly button should move away with it. And then when you breathe out, stomach goes towards the gut goes towards the spine, and along with the chest as well. And that's your lower dantian, that area here, middle at the heart, and then the higher or upper dantian is at the head. These are 3 main energy centers we talk about in Qigong. So we're standing in emptiness stance. Breathing nice and deeply. Into the nostrils, if we can, and out through the mouth. Do a couple more, breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Relax the shoulders. And let's create that inner smile. We'll say create that inner smile in Qigong. Let's see if we can really embrace this next 45, 50 minutes or so in Qigong. If you're creating a smile, we're just generally more relaxed, which in turn can help the chi flow more excuse me, more freely. So we'll start off just with just a very simple form, up and down, this is called. Form of up and down, posture up and down. And what we're going to do is stretch out, breathing in, arms in front of us, outstretched, and then breathe out to the side. Breathe in, so we let the fingers just dangle relaxed in front. And then we breathe out and let the palms lead the way down. And again. Do that again. Just see if you can match your breathing with the movement of the hands. Soft bend of the knees as we're going up and down, if you like. We're just going to allow our attention just to stay with the breathing and the movement. If you get distracted by thoughts, by emotions or noises outside, just bring our attention back to the slow movements and the breathing. So a couple more. We'll go straight into the next form with just the feet if we need to. Next one's another breathing one. Just going to bring our hands to the lower dantian, about head width apart. And this time, as we breathe in, we're going to go to the sides and make sure our palms are facing the earth as we get to this point here. And then I'm going to breathe out back and swing down to that lower dantian again. Breathe in. Let the hands face each other when they reach the bottom here. And just nice and easy breathing. allowing your attention to just stay with the movement and the breathing. Just notice, just pay attention to how you're feeling now. Are you feeling more peaceful? Are you feeling more relaxed? I'll do another couple. As your hands come down this time, we do what's called the gathering of chi. Just nice, big, deep breath in, right above the heads, our heads, and just let that energy that we've worked with just settle down the body. And any realizations we may have had, let them settle down the body too. Back into emptiness stance. Again, we can reset. And whenever you're ready, we can go back into emptiness stance, or Wuji, I think it's pronounced. Close our eyes for a moment and just notice how the body is feeling. So the next one's called string puppet. It's quite a new one that I've learned recently. Now what we're going to do here is move our hands slightly in front of the body. And as we're breathing in, we're going to let our hands dangle down. Keep the arms outstretched as they go right above the head, as if we're dangling by strings. And then we're going to breathe out just at the top. Hands in front. Extend the arms and hands, let them dangle. So on a physical level, this is really good stretch for your back and shoulders. I also think it's a reminder that there's always certain things in the body which we don't control. Our heart is beating. Blood's flowing around, we're breathing. All these things in some way are almost out of our control. And also, all of it can just be watched. It can all be watched from a place of stillness, a place of emptiness. Okay, and matching the breathing with the movements of breathing in here. Do a couple more. We'll go back into emptiness stance. Pause, and this next form is called opening and closing the gate. So I'll show the action first, and the breathing will come along with it. So first of all, on your next outward breath, we just lift our hands into a kind of I surrender position. Take another breath in. I'm just going to tip the upper back, bending as far as you can. Don't force anything, no. And then as we're breathing out now, we're going to bring the hands together in front of the chest, going to bend over till our spine is parallel with the floor. And then we're going to breathe in. I'm going to reverse all that process all the way up again. Breathe out. So we're going to slowly go across our hands in front of our chest. And at the same time, moving down as far as we can. And this is obviously, this is the gate closed. Now we're going to open the gate as we're breathing in. And then again, close the gate. Again, let's open the gates together. So this is a reminder that sometimes we unconsciously even, we close our own gates. And again, this is a reminder that there's still something there about ourselves, just watching both states, the closing and the opening. And it's there watching, unchanged. We'll do a couple more. Nice big breath in. And breathe out again. And again, one last one. And then we just tip our heads forward. So the spine's nice and straight now, and then we're just going to lower the hands. And then we'll go into another gathering of chi. Settle that energy down. Into emptiness stance. So now we'll do a standing form now. This one's just the earth mudra. Hands symbolizing the earth and grounding effect this can have on us. Done a bit of energy there. We've got the energy moving. Let's just settle things down a little bit. So with this, breathing nice and slowly, deeply. Just going to bring one hand, doesn't matter which one's first. One hand is level with the lower dantian, with the palm facing upwards. And the other hand, the fingers are pointing upwards, roughly at the heart. I'm just going to breathe nice and easy, nice and deeply. You really just relax, let go of any attempts to kind of manage anything, try to change anything. Just allow yourself just to be still. Just to allow everything to be as it is right now. You find you're getting distracted at all, just bring your attention gently back to the position of the hands and the breathing. And perhaps just remind yourself just to be still. Just to be quiet. Now we're just going to gently swap the hands over. So we bring them both up to the heart area. And we're just going to gently swing the other one underneath. Swap them over. And again, we'll just spend a couple of minutes here. We can close our eyes if we want to. Again, just keeping the breathing nice and deep and gentle. And then what we're going to do now is just going to bring our hands back up to the chest again. Push them downwards. See if you can really feel it if you're pushing energy down the body. And again, we'll swing round. Nice deep breath in. Right above our heads. And we can adjust the seat, just our feet. Relax the legs a moment. Have a drink. So now we're going to, since we've entered December now, and we're now in the season of winter, we're going to do some winter forms. Winter's linked to water, the element of water, and the emotion of fear. But we'll do some, do a few to match that energy. Traditionally, the winter period would be a time when we would conserve energy. Back before we all worked ourselves as we do now. And so the bear is the animal that's linked specifically to winter. And it's a great animal for conserving energy and moving with power and grace. So we'll do one bear form, an animal frolic, as the term is in Qigong. But we'll start off, I've done this before, I'm sure on here, on Working Together. This next one's called cloud hands or moving clouds. So we're going to bring our hands in front of us, and there's just allow one hand to go underneath at the heart, at the gut, and the other one at the heart, and allow them to face each other. So your palms are facing. And now we can start imagine we're just holding a cloud in our hands. And all, whichever hand's on top is the direction you're going to go to. So it's going to move slowly. In my case, I'm going to my right. Trying just to turn the waist. But don't worry if your hip goes too. And you get right to the side, you're going to slowly turn it over, hands over, keeping hold of the cloud. And then we're just going to gently swing across the body. You will see variations of this if on YouTube. Sometimes the hands are further apart. There's just a few different styles. That's all. We've got 5 different styles to Qigong traditionally, I believe. as gently as if you're holding that delicate water, delicate cloud in your hands. So this can remind us to be more fluid in how we go about our lives. Go with the flow. Sometimes we kind of resist that. So just acknowledging that water element within us. Again, we're just keeping that attention on our hands. Our breathing, by the way, is just continuous, not at any particular point in the form. Just making sure we're breathing nice and deeply, nice and slowly. And whatever you do, don't drop the cloud. Keep the cloud in your hands. And just lose yourself. Keep your attention on the movement and the breathing and the cloud. Forget about everything else. Just for this moment. And just create that, keep that inner smile there. So we'll do one more to each side, wherever you're at the moment. And next time you come to center, bring your hand underneath to the chest again. Again, we're going to push downwards. And we'll do another gather and let the energy settle down. Nice big deep breath. Back into emptiness stance. So we'll do one specifically, this for fear. So we're going to this is horse stance. So your feet should be, if you can, don't worry if you can't, should be about 3 lengths apart. So bending the knees, but nice and comfortable. If you can't do this, bend as far as that's comfortable. This is called drawing circles. I'll do the actions first. So you bring your hands together and then you keep them a couple of inches apart and go right above our heads. And swing down. Do that again. So just trace your hand. Don't let it touch, just a pinch your toe apart. And of course, the breathing is breathing in at the bottom here. Out at the top. Drawing circles like this with each arm. Gently reminds ourselves that circles go on forever, have no beginning, have no end. Just like our true self. Just like our true nature. So this is just gently remind ourselves and recognize our true self can help that fear just pass through the body a little bit more easily. We'll do a couple more. And then we'll come out again and do a gathering of chi. Again, just gently lift the legs together. And then when we're ready, we can just go back into emptiness stance. Now we're going to, we've played with clouds. So let's have a little play with some waves. Let's push some waves. So with this one, bring the hands front of the body. Take a small step to your right or left. Your feet should be about a 45-degree angle. And then we're just going to gently push drag the wave to the body, and then push to the side. Try and keep your body straight. Don't lean too far. So we're breathing in as we pull the wave in, and breathe out as we push the wave away. You can bend your knees a bit more if that's more comfortable, but I always prefer to do it fairly upright. And again, we just remind ourselves to be more fluid like water, because water can be extremely powerful. It molds the earth, puts out the fire or calm the fire. Very gently, imagine just pulling that water towards you. Now we're just pushing it away. And just visualize, perhaps if you can, that you're by the side of the seashore. You can see the ocean perhaps. And you're just moving that water back. The next time you come back to center, we're just going to go to the other side, so bring the foot back in. I'm just going to take the foot to the other side. And just repeat the same thing. Keep that nice balance. Usually has a very calming effect, peaceful effect on the body. Do a couple more. So next time you're dragging your butt way back to the chest, bring the foot back in at the same time. Push downwards. And again, do a nice big arc. A nice settling of that chi. Again, reset the legs. And then we'll go into that bear form. So we'll go back into horse stance. And this one's called, it's got a lovely title, Bear Sways from Side to Side to Eliminate Heart's Fire. I always forget the ending of that one. So this form can really, sometimes when we feel, perhaps because we have that loving nature, we want to help people, but sometimes we can burn ourselves out by caring too much. And this can help to just keep that in check a little bit, so that we're always looking after ourselves as well, and giving ourselves time to rest as well, not overdoing it. So we start off in this kind of position. Allow your hands to rest on your thighs. And what you're going to do, the action, I'll do the breathing later, you're going to go swing to one side above that knee, and you're going to sway across to the other side. As you get to the other side, you straighten up. Then we turn and we're going to go back the same way. Over that knee, sway across like a bear, and then come up at the other side. So the breathing will be, so you're breathing in, then you breathe out. Breathing out, maybe hold it. As you get to the other side, that's when you breathe in. So you're breathing in here. Take another breath. And as you breathe out, I'm going to go back the other way. Breathe in. Or you can go straight back around and breathe out. So it's just reminding us to, perhaps in the winter time, just to conserve our energy a little bit like a bear. And act with assuredness, but sometimes slow and steady. We must have that quality within us. As we are that bear too. Great for strengthening the lower back. We'll do one more. Bring the legs together. And we'll do another gathering of chi. And then we'll end the session by doing 3 rounds of hands to heart. Again, we breathe nice and easy with this form the whole time. Bring our hands up in front of us. Let the hands join And let's nourish the heart. Above our heads as the hands are placed on the heart. Release the fingers again. We'll sweep round again. One last time. Slide the hands and lift the head. Slide that down. Hands down to the lower dantian. Take another breath. Breathe out. Release the hands. Briefly into emptiness stance. And then release. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed that session.
Thank you, Ian.
That was marvelous.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for your feedback.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You move so beautifully, Ian. It's such a sacred movement that I see you do. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I just, it's just nice to do it, and hopefully people get the same bug that I've got. I find it's really helped me on the journey and everything, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love the way you tie in our journey with the movement. That's so helpful. Something's always watching, something's always aware, and the movement within the stillness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think sometimes it can get forgotten in Qigong because it can become a bit more like an exercise program. But I always try and remind people that it's a mind, body, and spirit kind of practice, and that's, yeah. Don't get me on the soapbox because I do like to go on about that a bit.
Well, and I love the new movements today. That was beautiful. I love the open gate and closed gate. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's a nice one. There's a couple of variations of that, but it's, yeah, been practicing that for a while now. And then once I think I've got the gist of it, I kind of pass it on as quick as I can, really, because it's just nice to do new things, you know.
It is. Yes. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I guess it'll be next year when we see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a good Christmas. Seems strange to say that. The first time I said it this year, I think.
Right? Yes. Enjoy. And thank you. Much gratitude. Okay, and please return at 5 o'clock for the Mighty Companions. We have a whole evening full of wonderful programs. So we'll see you back then. Bye for now. Bye, Yolanda. Bye, Glenn.